Me mateys, and welcome back to the Pirate Droid here on the Gaming Droid. As you can see, me ship's in fine shape, and I've got Savoury Castle and the Thorncraft Island trapped well and truly tight. But I have a problem. A Sky Dragon has come and taken me ship in its jaws. It seems ill ready to let go of me vessel. So I'm thinking perhaps a little bit of magic. A little bit of magic might save me. So what we're looking at today is we're looking at Thorncraft. So as I said before, I will show you kind of the basic start of Thorncraft after I'd got some scanning together. And over in my scanning, you'll see when I hover over lots of things that I've scanned them, lots of machines I have scanned. Now there was one kind of stopping point. So over here I will show you what I started with. So I've got here some cobblestone, some smooth sandstone, some water, I also lava and copper, glass, ice, the feather, the sugar, trapdoor, egg, coal. These are all things that gave me the basic ones. Then the watering can gave me one that's quite hard to get hold of. Normally it's very, very hard to get hold of. It gave me, I'll throw my watering can on the floor. It gave me the symbol of life, which is Victus. And then I hit a stumbling block. I hit kind of like a stopping point, because there wasn't much I could do from there. I was struggling to find things, as you probably saw. So I went and had a little bit of a look. And I found that the thing I was struggling to sort of find and progress from was Mortis, the element of death. So I had a look around and I was trying to find something with the element of death in it. Apparently a poison potion would have worked, but the problem is I didn't have access to a poison potion. So I had to resort to using a research table. So the way Thorncraft works is elements come in different levels, and each level requires 2 of the previous level, or 2 different things. So what I've done is, just to make this a little bit easier to show you, even though I don't really need it, in the Thorncraft book there are these nodes, and you can see that they have costs associated with them. So this one costs 3 Cognitio, 3 Craftio, and 3 Peditio to learn how to do this. So what I've done is I've spent a few of my points to get research expertise and research mastery, and that will show me this in the research table. Now this is the easy mode, where you just purchase things from the book with a certain number of points. There is a harder mode where you have to put a piece of paper in here, and then you have to sort of like try and craft your way around a map of different elements to get what you need. This is the easy way, you just spend points. But as you can see, if I hover over Cognitio, Cognitio is Ignis, which is fire, and Spiritus. So fire of the spirit is thought. To get Spiritus, I need life and death. To get life, which is V Victus, I need water and earth. So basically plant life, water and earth. Death was the struggling point. I couldn't find anything with death, but what I can do is, let's find something I need some more of. Something reasonably cheap that I don't have a lot of. I don't have a lot of gluttony. So that's vacuous and famis. Oh, actually I have very little famis indeed. Victus and vacuous. So I grab a little bit of, oh no, I need more Victus, fair enough. So if I put some earth in and I put some water in, this is what you can do in your scribe table. You can combine things. So when I do that, it gives me a point, down there you can see, gives me a point of Victus. So now instead of having 8, I have 9, 10. And what I did was I combined the 2 things I needed, which was Victus and Peditio, life and breaking or destruction. Life and destruction gave me Mortis, and from then on it was just a case of researching my way up through rotten flesh, broken books, paper, rotten flesh, soul sand, all sorts of things to get a collection of points. Now other than that, there is actually an item in Skies 2 called the brain jerky, and it comes from monster brains, and what you can do is you can eat it, and when you eat brain jerky you gain research points. So there's another way of gaining research points. You can gain research points from jerky. So not only can you gain research points from scanning things, as you can see that gained me some research points in there. So there's different things have different research points in them. But I can also get it by eating brain jerky. And although brain jerky, when you hover over it, only says it gives you half a heart and a third of a or sorry, half a hamstick and a third of a hamstick of saturation, it actually gives a heck of a lot more. It's actually slightly bugged. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dive into a little bit of Thorncraft, because there's some useful Thorncraft, not necessarily for getting rid of my dragon, but there is some useful Thorncraft. In the meantime, I've been building, as you've seen, and I've been doing some grinding to get some materials together. And that's allowed me to complete a few quests. So I've completed the Blazes quest, and that gets me a blaze rod, which is quite useful. I also completed the Tigerwood quest, that gets me some essence berries, less useful. But as well as that, I've been grinding away, and I've gotten some nice woods over in my wood chest. And over here in my ores chest, you'll see that I've got a lot of tin and iron dust ready to smelt up for when I need metals, which means I'll be going into a lot more automation soon. Pop that and that away for now. I've also completed a few quests elsewhere over in, where is it, mob hunting. I've of course got an emerald, a terrasteel and a couple of cobweb just from killing off spiders in my mob farm. In Thorncraft I've completed the glass vial quest, which will get me a vial of essentia and a flask of vigour. And over in botanical engineering I got myself some pure daisies, which I'll show you guys about completing later on. But for now I will just put the things away that I don't want. That can go away, and these can come back with me to my lab. And as well as that, I will also open my gift bag. 3 obsidian. Well, that can go with the rest of my obsidian. Fair enough. But when it comes down to it, like I'll be doing Botania once my Botania Island's built. I'm going to build my Botania Islands off the back of the dragon, or the side of the dragon. But for now, we're going to have a sort of deeper look at Thorncraft. As with anything, when you get something as new as a reward, give it a scan, see if you can learn anything. Nothing can be learned from that one. What about the Vial of Instrumentum? Yep, I got 8 Instrumentum by scanning that, and Instrumentum's quite an expensive one. So I can pop my Vial of Instrumentum away, and my Flask of Vigour can go on my potion shelf. And the Flask of Vigour is just basically a health potion. So another way of getting research points to use is a deconstruction table. And a deconstruction table, strangely enough, is actually a quest I have. So I have to, over in my Thorncraft quests, I have to make myself a deconstruction table. To do that, quite easy, quite simple. First thing I need is, as far as I'm aware, I need a table, I need a crafting bench, an arcane crafting bench, deconstruction table. So I'll need a gold head pickaxe, a gold axe, a table, and a thermometer. So I've got a table here, spare table, and I'll grab a couple of shards. So I've got 1 shard on me. I will grab another water shard, so I have plenty of water shards. Bonk. There we go. And we will go and we shall make ourselves a deconstruction table. Quite easy, quite simple. Whoop. Should I have some gold in here? Need a little bit more gold. Not like I am running low on these things. So, gold and sticks. Gold and sticks. Gold, shards and glass to make ourselves a thermometer. And then we put the thermometer on and we use these side by side, other way around. Ah, no. Haha. And this is where the crafting element of Thorncraft comes in. This actually requires me to use a little bit of magical energy to put it together. Because if I go over to here and I show you it in this, you'll see it requires 20 Perditio. And this is where sort of it becomes a little bit complicated in some ways. So you have the aspects that you can see here. And in here I have plenty of Perditio. I have 36 Perditio. But this isn't what I need for crafting. That's what I need for research. What I need for crafting is what's in my wand. So if I pop my wand down in here, that has 25 of pretty much everything except fire. So what I need to do is I need to build this in here, and it will use up 22 of my Perditio, because this has a reduced capacity because of the type of wand it is. So there is a deconstruction table, and if I want more research points, what I can do is I can take one of these, stick it in there, it will break it down, and it has a chance of giving me a research point. This is just salt blocks that I was going to use for construction in a bit when I make my next thing. Come on, come on, give me something. There we go. So it's given me a terror, and it just does that by itself. It'll just break things down, and every now and then you can come back and have a look if it's got anything for you to give you, and that will complete for me this, which is build the construction table. So I'm going to take the reward bag because I don't really need the full hearts. Let's see what I get from the reward bag. A thaumium scoop with repair 4 on it. Nice. So a thaumium scoop is a, actually strangely enough, a Thormcraft tool for dealing with bees. A vial of essentia and another vial of essentia. Already got that scanned apparently, and already got that scanned apparently. Strange. I didn't think I would have had those scanned already. Oh well. So let's have a look about our next quest. Passive scanning. A scholar's lens can be inserted into goggles of revealing. While using a scholar's lens, the goggles will scan items you see for their aspects. Okay, so that requires me to go down goggles of revealing. A better wand, a wand upgrade. So I need a great wood rod. I can invest in that in thaumaturgic wands. So a great wood rod is 2 great wood logs and some pedicio. Plenty of great wood from when I cut down a great wood tree. Don't know why I put that in there. So I haven't got enough viz in this wand. Luckily I have another wand ready to give some viz. You can get viz from nodes around the world, and you can also pick up viz by killing things. If you kill things, then they will drop little viz orbs, and you can then use that, pick those viz up if you have a wand on you. Sorry about that. Now, the iron caps are all well and good, but they're not particularly efficient, so I'm actually going to build myself some slightly more efficient caps now. 1, 2. And those gold caps combined with the great wood stick will give me a wand that can store additional magic, and can have cheaper magic as well. Rather than being 10% more expensive than normal, it's normal price, and I can actually use that wand as my main Thormcraft wand. That can go in there as a Thormcraft tool. So that should have completed the wand quest, which gets me a great wood sapling, which I don't really need because I was lucky enough to get those out of a bag. Blazing viz, so I need 1 blaze rod. They do not have to be handed in. Oh cool, so I can just grab my blaze rod out of the chest down here and I can complete another quest. So some of the things you can make with Thormcraft include magical cobble gens. You can create all sorts of blazing rod. Oh no, sorry, that's the next upgrade to a wand. That's not actually a blaze rod, that is a blazing rod, which is the better wands that I can build. You can create all sorts of magical items, so you can create goggles of revealing, you can create arcane stones which allow you to create travel stones or warding stones to push monsters away. You can create magical bows, you can create golems which will do jobs for you. The hungry chest eats items that drop near it, so it sort of like picks items up off the floor for you. You can create golems that do jobs for you. You can create redstone circuits using magic. You can create magical Astrus Artist things, so magical hammers, magical barrels and things. There's some forbidden magic going on, and you can also create bee items. There's all sorts of useful things. Some of them include things like this, which is the Arcane Lantern, which lights up a massive area. It does it very slowly and progressively, and kind of sometimes bugs a little bit, but it can be very, very effective and useful. So along there, elevators. We can create arcane levitators and things. So what I'll probably be doing is I'll probably be working on this some of it off screen, because some of it is just a case of me going, right, I have this many points, I want to unlock this, I'm going to unlock this next, and this next, and this next, and this next. Nitor and Elementum are both really important. Essentia Distillation is important. So those are 2 different kinds of magical resource. Distillation allows me to pull liquid essence. Warded Jars, which is another one, allows me to store essence once I've pulled it out of items. Essentia tubes, just like item ducts or liquid ducts, allow me to move essence around. Essentia crystallization allows me to make essentia crystals. So you can see that it's just a case of buying item after item after item from this, and they do all come with a great little breakdown of what they do. So you can see essentia distillation, the alchemical furnace made from arcane stone, a furnace and a crucible, some filters, and the arcane alembic, and it explains how to build it and what to do with it and what it will do. So this book is really, really well written, and it comes with some great tools. So what I'll probably be doing is, off screen, I'll be working on that. I might do a kind of sped up montage of me just putting my Thorncraft stuff together, and I will introduce you to some interesting tools in later episodes. I'll also be building my Botania island and setting up my Botania, and that gives me access to all sorts of weird and wonderful items as well. And one of the things I'll be aiming to get early on is I'll be aiming to get a harvester's golem. So I go over to the golems and I just quickly show you. The hungry chest leads to the straw golem. Straw golem leads to the gatherer core, and that's the core I want. Because you can get a harvesting core, but I don't really need the harvesting core because I can use machines to harvest more efficiently. What I need... Actually, no, sorry, I do need the harvesting core. What I don't need is I don't need the gatherer's core. The harvesting core, the golem will go around and break the plants so that I get the resources out of them. I then need a hopper hawk from Botania, and the hopper hawk will act like a kind of like a long-range hopper, picking items up off the floor. So a golem with a gathering core combined with a hopper hawk will allow me to have all the plants harvested and then to go into a hopper. And I also need to make a passageway to the Nether, which I'll probably do down on Savoury Island, because Savoury Island is my dangerous island. So that's been the sort of very rapid introduction to the basics of Thorncraft in Agrarian Skies 2, and also the introduction to my dragon. I'm going to call her Zana the dragon. Who's a good dragon? Who's a good dragon? Good pet dragon. Put a collar on you. And I do want to show you just like the teeth, because me mateys, pirate droid woke up and I was scared to death from the crash, and I nearly died because there be teeth right next to my bed. So thank you for watching, and I will see you all in the next video.